You having a snack?
Yeah. I went out to shop for
Hi,
Fontana today.
Hi, Harold.
Hola.
Yeah.
You're still in Baja California? Can you hear me, Harold?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
All right.
All right. It's the Nun Zion.
We have to finish, yes, 56B3.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh. Is it warm there, Harold?
Yeah, it's a little bit humid. It's not like Florida humid, but it's a little bit humid. It was 85 today.
Here
there's
was
a-
also
nice
85, 86.
But there's a nice breeze now at night. So
Okay, that's good.
yeah, the breeze is in Spanish.
Oh, so you have to ask Magda to translate.
Everything. Everything. I'm lost. No, they speak English here.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's
They
good to
take
have
off.
her around.
They take dollars or they don't take dollars, huh?
They do. Yeah, they take dollars.
Oh, okay.
They love dollars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Niels,
Hello.
¿qué pasa?
So the rabbi's away again? These conjugal visits?
Conjugal visits, but I think he's back by Shabbos. I
Okay.
think. I'll check. How's
I'm
the
sure-
desert? How's the
Huh?
desert?
Oh, I'm in Cabo. I'm not in the desert.
Oh, looks nice.
It is.
Warm-
Yeah, it's nice.
Warm enough.
It's 85. Yeah, it's nice.
The same
Like I
here.
said,
It's
it's
been
a
beautiful.
little.
Here.
It's a little bit humid. You know, the humidity I'm not used to.
It's Cleveland.
God, don't remind me. And mosquitoes. Humidity and mosquitoes.
In Mexico or Cleveland?
No, in Cleveland. In Cleveland.
The only mosquitoes they have in Mexico are the ones that carry cocaine, you know? Go across the border, go.
Okay, we are on. They're on Nun
Zion.
Vav Amud Beis on the bottom. We're gonna save one blot for Tisha B'Av. That's Kenny's recommendation. We're gonna do Nun Zayin Amud Beis and Nun Ches Amud Aleph. We're gonna save that. We're gonna skip to Nun Ches Amud Beis after we do one half a blot tonight. So we're on Nun Vav Amud Beis. Tomorrow, Daf Yomi also will be at 7:00. Because people go to a shiur by Tzvika at 8, and that way we don't have to learn later. We can learn earlier. I think that would work better. So Nun Vav
Okay.
Amud Beis. Onkelos
Where?
tomorrow night by Zoom, 7:00.
No, we're in the
Bottom
top.
of the block. Nun Vav Amud Beis, bottom of the block.
56B3.
Yeah,
No,
four
at the
lines from the
bottom?
bottom. Four
What?
lines from the bottom.
Okay, thank you.
Onkelos bar Klunikus bar Achte de Titus Havi. So Onkelos Hager, that we learn Targum of Chumash, Onkelos, he was Titus' nephew. He was the son of Titus's sister. If you think about it, it's pretty amazing. Boyle Guri. Onkelos wanted to become Jewish. Ozl Askelatitus Benegida. So there's a kishuf called Ov V'Yadoni. And you can raise the dead through a Maisa Ov. And Shmuel Anovi, there was a Mechashefa that Shaul HaMelech used to raise the spirit of Shmuel. So here Onkelos used Ov to raise Titus from the dead. Man Choshevo Almo. He asked Titus, who are the Chosheva people in the Olam HaEmes? Amarle Yisrael, the Jews. Malid Bukibu. So should I stick to them? Amarle Milayon Efishim V'lo Matzis Li Kiyumina. They have a lot of mitzvahs. You won't be able to makayim all of them. Zil Igri Be'Bahu Alma Vavis Reisha. Go and fight them in this world, and you will be at the top. Tichsiv Hayut Sarei Rosh. The enemies of Yerushalayim will be on top to teach you Kolametz Yisrael Nasser Rosh. Amar Lei Dina Deu Gavra B'Mai. What is your punishment in Shemaim for destroying the base of Mikdash? Amar Lei B'Mai de Psak Anafshe. The way I paskin on myself, Kol Yoima Achanshila Likitme. Every day they gather my ashes. V'dainu lei, and they judge me. The Kaloleu Mivdresh Ashev Yomi. They burn the ashes again and they spread it across the 7 oceans. Ozol Askel Lebilam Benegida. Onkelos raised Bilam through Maisa Oiv. He asked Bilam, who are the important people in the Olam HaEmes? Amalei Yisrael. Ma'alid Bukibu, should we stick to them? Amalei Lo Tidrosh Shlomam V'Tovatam Kol Hayamim. Don't seek their good. Amalei Dina Deu Gavra B'Mai. How are you, Bilam, being judged in that world? Amalei B'Shich Zer Roisachas. I'm being boiled in boiling semen, because he gave the idea to Balak that the Bnei Smoyav should be mezana with Yisrael. Azal Aske Benegida Yeshu Noitzri. He called up Yeshua Noitzri through the Oiv. Amalei Man Chashabahu Alma. Who's important in this world? Amalei Yisrael. Ma'ali Bikabu. Should we stick to them? Amalei Toivasam Drosh. You should look after the good of the Jews. Rasam Loitidrosh. Don't look after, don't do evil to them. If you shepherd with them, it's like you're touching your eye. Amalei Dina Deu Gavra B'Mai. How is Yeshua Notzri being judged in that world? Amalei B'Tzoas Rosa. I'm being boiled in boiling dung. He made fun of the words of the Chachamim, so that's why he's being judged in boiling dung. At the end of the day, Yeshua was a Jew. He was a sinner. Bilam was not, even though he was a Navi for the Goy. Because Bilam said, don't do good for them and do bad for them. Yeshua said the opposite. It's still, a Jew has better Rahmanis on his people. Look how strong embarrassment is. Kadosh Baruch Hu felt bad for Bar Kamsa that he was embarrassed. He caused his own house to be burned. V'saraf esecholo, because of the embarrassment of a Jew. Artanagol techarav turmalka. A male and female chicken caused the destruction of Har HaMelech. The Avu Nehigi Yahavu mafki chasna v'chalsa mafiki kamayo tarnagola v'tarnagolta. When a bride and groom would get married, they would put in front of them a male and female chicken to say, like, you should do prove like chickens. There was a Roman legion walking by a wedding, Shaklinu Minayu, and the Romans took the chickens. Nafla Alayu Machonu. The people of the city jumped the Roman legion. Also, so they told the Roman Caesar, that the Jews are rebelling. Also, Alayu, so he came with his armies. Avabuhu, Ahu Bar Droima. There was a person, Bar Droima. Have a kopitz mile v'kotelbuhu. He had the ability to jump almost a kilometer away into the Romans, kill them, and there's nothing they could do about it. The Caesar took off his crown, put it on the ground. He davened to Hashem. It's embarrassing that you are throwing me and my whole army in the hands of one person. So, actually, in the end, Bardroima opened his mouth wrong. V'omar halo ateluim zanachtanu v'lo tetzei Elohim b'tzivotenu. He complained that Hashem was leaving them alone, we're not helping them. And that led to his downfall. Frankly, more why David Nami Amrach. It's a pasuk in Tehillim. David said, David atmuchi kamitama. He was saying in like a question, oh, is Hashem leaving us? But Bardroma said it like a fact. Ala Besakise, Bardroma went to the bathroom. Also, Darkuna Shamti Lakarkosha V'nach. A snake come, pulled out all his intestines, and he died. The Roman Caesar saw that a nace was performed, that the guy who was killing them, this Bardroma, was killed. You know what? I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to go away and not attack the Jews. He picked up his army, started to move. The people of Haramelech threw a party. Madliki Shargi, they lit candles. Until the party was seen even a kilometer away from how light it was. So the Caesar saw this. The Jews are making fun of me. Hodar Asr came back. 300,000 soldiers with swords. Went into this place called Haramelech. The Katlu Batlosa Yomi Vitlosa Laila. They killed 3 days and 3 nights. Haramelech was so big that all this killing was going on one side of the city, and the other people on the other side of the city were doing weddings because they didn't have any idea of what was going on the other side. Bolo Hashem v'locham al eskol nos Yaakov. Pasuk Necha. Yasser Ravim. When Ravim went from Eretz Yisrael to Bavel, Amar b'shem Rav Yochanan, Elu shishim ribo ayarois, shahayu lo yana emelech bar emelech. There were 600,000 villages that Yana Melech had in Har Melech. Shami Yidam Rav, Shishim Ribu Ayaros Hayilol Yana Melech. That 600,000 villages was in Har Melech. Kol Achas va'Achas. In each village, Hayubah Yotze Mitzrayim. There were 600,000 people in every village. Chutz Bisholosh, Shayu Ben Kiflaim Kiyotze Mitzrayim. 3 of the cities had 1.2 million. Kfar Bish, Kfar Shichlaim, Kfar Techaria. Kfar Bish, which is called the evil village. Levi Beis Lushbizi. They wouldn't open their homes to guests. Kfar Shichlaim, watercress. Yishum Shaisa Parnasasim means Shichlaim, they grew watercress. Kfar Dachya, Yodas Chorm Tchila, Yodas Nekeva Bachroina, Vaz Poiskois. They would give birth to a male child, then a female child, then they would stop giving birth. It was called Kfar Schori. Omar Ula Didi Chazi Leahuk Asra. I once saw this place. It doesn't even hold 600,000 reeds. How can you say it's so big? You're lying. You're exaggerating. Eretz Yisrael is a eretz like a deer. When you skin a deer, the hide shrinks. When people are living in Eretz Yisrael, you can put a lot of people there. When it's desolate, it looks very small. Rav Yomi bar Chilkiya, Rav Chilkiya bar Tuvia, Ravuna bar Chia, Avu Yasvi Gabi, they were sitting together. Amri Iyiki Dishmile Milsa, Mikfar Schanya Shal Mitzrayim. Does anybody know any stories from this village called Kfar Schanya, which was in this area of Haramel? Lema, you should speak up. Pasach Chad Minai V'Amar. Maise Ba'aros Varusaso. A man gave kiddushin to a woman, but didn't take her to chuppah. Shenash v'leben agoyim. They were taken prisoner. Hisiyum zelazeh. They married them, but without chuppah v'kiddushin, without chuppah. Amr lo b'vakasha mimchal tigabi shem l'ksuba mimeh. The female requested her husband not to live with her, because you're not allowed to live with your wife unless she has a ksuba. They weren't fully married with Nisuyim. And he never touched her. They told the Chachamim, Siftu like Shepitpet Yitzro Yosef Yosef. He protected his Yitzhar more than Yosef. Shila be Yosef Lav Elachad Shaita. Yosef was one time. There was Koivis Yitzro. With Eishes Poitifar for high Kol Yom V'Yom. This man was living with his wife. It was every day. Yosef was not in the same bed as Eishes Poitifar, and this husband and wife slept in the same bed. Yosef lav ishto v'ha'ishto. Eishes Poitifar was not Yosef's wife. Here it was his wife. They had kiddush. Posach idich ma'aser v'amdu arbaim moidiyos. There were 40 bushels of grain, b'din. And then, next modi achas. Then it was only 39 for a dinner. What sin led to that? Matzu avuv no, shabal nar marasa b'yom kippur. A father and son had illicit relations with a Nara, a girl between 12 and 12 and a half, who had Kiddushin on Yom Kippur. You're not allowed to have relations on Yom Kippur. You're not allowed to have relations with an armorer. So a son is not allowed to have relations with the same woman that his father had. So Vevium lebeis din v'skolu. They killed them with skila. The chazar asharlim kol, and the price for wheat went back to normal. A man was thinking about divorcing his wife. But he had to pay out a lot of money for the ksuba. Ma'asa halach v'zimein es shushvinin v'chilin v'yishkan. He invited some friends over, got them drunk. Right, Shichron v'ishkivan al mita achas. He put his friends and his wife in the same bed. Vevi loben beitza. He brought the egg white, which looks like sperm. V'itil Benjamin threw it there. Vemid lam edim, and he had edim look. Ubala Bezdin, he wanted to accuse his wife of being mezana, so he wouldn't have to pay the ksuba. Hayasham zakin echad mitamidei shamay azakin. Ubabin bebutashmo. Omerlan kach mikublani mishamay azakin. This is what I received from Shammai Luven Beitza Soya ben Naor. That if you take egg white and you put fire on it, it'll solid. But shichva zera, but shichva zera will melt and will soak into the garment. But kumatzu kidvarov, they found that it was not shichva zera. The view the bezdin vilku vikvu. They brought in Bez, they gave the guy malchus and made him pay the ksuba. Vigbu ksubas to be men. Armle bal Rav Yosef. The chimaacher David tzadikim kulahai. So you see, there were tzadikim here. My time why was Haramelech destroyed? Amar le mishum shelo iabel Yerushalayim. They didn't mourn for Jerusalem. The chsiv simchos Yerushalayim v'gilu ba kol oaveh sisu atam esos kol misavim aleh. Ashka derispech chariv beisar. Because of a calf, Beitar was destroyed. Avonigi kiechem esyal yenuka shasli arza. When they would give when a child was born, they would plant cedars. Yenuksaf, a girl was born, shasli turnisa. They would plant a turonis, a cypress tree. And eventually these two would get married, they would cut down the trees and make a chuppah. The daughter of the Caesar went by here, Asra Shika Derispik. And her wagon sort of broke down. Katsu Arzavailu. So they cut down the cedar tree, to help fix and to help her fix her wagon. But this was important for the city. Also, Naflalai Machunu. So the people of the city started beating them. Also, Amr Kesar, Mardukha Yudai. They told the Caesar that the Jews are rebelling. Also, Alayu. So he came to Beitar to fight. 80,000 officers who blew horns in the army of the Romans. That entered Beitar. So much blood was poured into the Mediterranean Sea. It was kilometer away. There were two rivers there. Each went in a different direction. And they measured, and these rivers had 2/3 water, 1/3 blood. For 7 years, the Goyim fertilized their vineyards with the blood of the Jews without needing any other fertilizer. Okay. Now we're going to go Nun Ches Amid Aleph on the bottom. Lokach Minas Sikrikin. We have this, the Goyim forced a Jew to sell him at a low price, and then somebody bought from that Jew. There were certain dinim. Amarav. The first owner, and when the second owner came to buy it from him, told him, go establish chazaka and you'll have a kinyan. And then there's no kinyan. Aval bishtar kana. But if he did the transaction with a star, there's a kinyan. Unless the Balabayas, the first Balabayas writes that he's going to guarantee if the piece of land is taken away from the second one, he has to make good the price of that land. Time that we're on Nun Chesamid base. And we're going to do the other blots. We're going to keep on going now every day straight. And then on Tisha B'Av, the blot that we'll learn is the blot that we're allowed to learn. It's a good advice that Kenny gave. If a person bought property from a woman, the chazer v'lakach ben ha'ish, who's the one who's working the land, mekchokaya. Then it's a good sale. But lakach ben ha'ish v'chazer v'lakach ben ha'isha mechobato, because the woman could say, "I don't want it sold." Ad shetichtav la'achrais, until the woman says, "Okay." Name it to the Rav. Armal charav mayach nami lishtar. If it's a star, it'll work. Tarabah. Lakach ben sakrikun. You bought it from the goy. Va'achla shalosh shanim b'fnei bailim. Now the original Jew that the goy took it away from didn't say a word when the new buyer ate in the field for 3 years. V'chazer machrulach, and now the guy would live there for 3 years, sold it to a new person. Ein l'bailim alokech sheni klum. The original owner who had it stolen from him has no claim. If the second buyer says, "I bought it from you," i.e. the first buyer, who had paid off the original Jew whose field had gotten stolen, so Afilu Rishonami will be believed if he bought it appropriately. He certainly has chazak of 3 years, so he has both. And he has a taina, but either loikotoin, if he doesn't have a taina that I bought it from him, afilu sheni nami will not be able to keep it because chazaka, even though he ate in the field for 3 years, without a taina is not a good chazaka. Amrav sheshes, la'olam dekotoin, he didn't have a taina. When zet toanim liyoresh, the toanim lakeach, the dayanim who hear the case, they make the taina on his behalf that it was bought kedin and he bought it from the bailim. Now, idich, he has to do it himself. The first buyer, eton by himself in. Loiton lo. Here the dayanim cannot accept it. A goy buys Jew's property because of a debt that the Israel owes him. Umachlas on paros. And because of maybe the Jew had stolen property, ein bo mishum sikrik. We don't have these dinim of sikrik. But on paros atzma, when there is gezel, if the goy stole it, it has to be in the goy's possession for at least 12 months, so that the new buyer who buys it from him will be zoiche. But that's the same din as sikrik and v'amar ein ba mishum sikrik and hachi kamar. Sikrik and atzma tzricha shetesh neim sarcha. Every case, like we said of this sikrik, it has to be in the goy's possession for 12 months before he resells it. Amrav Yosef naktinon, we have in our hands. Ein on pars bebava. This din of stealing land, a goy cannot be ma'anis karkam Yisrael in bava. And if a Jew comes and says that this was stolen, I bought it from a goy that was really mine, he's not believed. So these dinim don't apply in bava; they only apply in Eretz Yisrael. Ivak chazinan de'ika. We've seen cases that it does work. Elaema ein din on pars b'bevel. Bezdin's not supposed to adjudicate that way. My time, even the ikke beidavar v'lo azul kavel. There's government in Persia, and he didn't go and complain that it was stolen from him. Hema achuli achel, he was moichel, and now he can't make a claim. Gidl Baro Eloi, that's the name of a person. Couple Arbitaskan and Bago. There had to be property taxes paid, and a certain valley had to pay it. They paid it as a partnership. And that Gidel should pay the mas. Agdim v'yam zizil l'tlashonim. He prepaid 3 years in 1 year. L'sof asu marvasa kamoy. The original owners came. Amrulei shasa kamaisa diyavas. The first year taxes that you gave achal, you ate fruits in the field. Hashtana yavina anachli. We're paying the taxes now, but we're eating, and you have no schus in those in any more food. So this came as a dispute before Rav Papa. Also committed Rav Papa. He wanted to write for Gidel a shtar, so he could take land away from the Bnei Bika, that they should give him back the money that he prepaid for the taxes for the extra 2 years. This is like the din of Sikrikun. They say you're not supposed to do that in Bavel. Elam Ravuna Braid Rav Yeshua. He lost his money. That which he prepaid, it's a gift, and he has no schus to take them in court to get it back what he paid. Mishnah Rishonah based in Shlach Rein Amra Lokech Ben Asikrik and Nois Labalim Revia. That if a goy bought a field but stole it in a sense, and somebody comes and buys it from him, so he has to give the original bailim a quarter. Amra Revia Bekarka, is it in land or Revia B'mos? Either one. Shmalam Revia Bekarka Shein Shlish B'mos, which is a third of the money. The my kamifli Mar Savar Lechi Revia Zavin. He probably bought the land for less than 1/4 of its real value from the Sikrikun. So he returns to the one who bought it from the Bailim that amount, because he made profit that amount. Umar Savar Lechi Chumsh Zavin, less than a fifth. So he has to give only a fifth, which is a fourth of what he paid. Zu Mishnah Rishon, that based on Shlachren Amru, Halokech ben Asakriki Nosim Aval Revia, Biad Bailim al Yonah, the Bailim have the upper hand. Ratzu Bekarka Noitlim, Ratzu B'mos, they could take land or money. A Messiah, Bisman Shein B'yodin Likach. They don't have the ability to buy the land themselves. They precede anybody. They have first rights of buying. Rabbi Yoshev Beis Dino V'nimnu, Rabbi's Bezdin Paskin, if the goy who had forced the Jew to sell him the land stayed in the field for 12 months, then the original owner doesn't have any rights. Whoever buys it first is the one who's zoiche. However, the buyer from the goy has to give a certain amount to the original buyer, which is a kasha on Shmuel. On Ravashi, Kitanya he la'achar sheba mostly yodo. That's after the bailim, the first bailim. This 1/4 value of the money, it's not what the original buyer paid to the goy, the sikrikin. It's a quarter of the value of the field, which usually turns out to be a third of what the buyer paid the sikrikin. Okay, we'll stop here. So tomorrow we will continue at 7 o'clock. Tonight, Sorba will be 8:30 when I get back from shul.
Shkoyach, Ernie.
Square.
We're doing Hilchas HaMoitzi tonight.